Okay, everyone. So, if you guys are FNAF fans, you will know that there's a lot of lore behind the story. So it's not just you playing as a security guard. You're also sometimes you'll find clues about a missing children's incident from an unknown year, and then you'll find information about a purple guy which some of you may know him as William Afton. There's also been some conspiracies about the bite of 83 and the bite of 87, which one happened, because we have seen things of bites, like for instance in FNAF 4 at the end when you complete it, you also see the kid, or which we call crying kid, get his head bitten off. So there's a lot of conspiracy behind it, so we don't know 100% yet. However, we do know the man behind the slaughters or the missing children's incident, and the man who created the Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria and the Family Diner alongside his friend or co-worker, Henry Emily. That man is William Afton. So this is what he looks like, or in the death minigames. He's also known as Purple Guy, who some people have said that it's either Michael or him, but I think it's William, because in FNAF 3 at the end, they also show a purple guy getting chased by the dead souls, who were, if you guessed it, the missing children whose souls were put inside or control the Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, and Foxy. And then there's also another person named Cassidy, that's what people say, who controls Golden Freddy. And also, we do have the names of some of those people. At the end of FNAF 6 Pizza Simulator, we get some sort of picture. If you get a certain ending, it shows the names Gabriel, Jeremy, Susie, and Fritz. So these were the five kids who that day were killed by William. However, there is a certain way that William killed Susie, actually. Now, for those who may not know, Susie is actually Chica, who, as you see right here. So now you may be wondering, what is so special about Susie, and how did William lure her in? Well, that's a good question. So here's just a picture of Susie that we most likely see in a mini game in Pizza Simulator. Now, most people hate Pizza Simulator, which I can see because it's very hard, but the thing I like about this game is it gives a lot more information about the kids who became Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, Foxy, and Golden Freddy. But back to the whole story. So basically, Susie was just a regular girl, and what happened was her dog passed away, and one day she came over to the restaurant, and William saw her very sad. She told him what happened. However, little did Susie know that Purple wanted to lure her in and kill her. The way he did it was by telling Susie, that her dog was in the back in one of the rooms, and she followed him, and then soon, you guessed it, she was killed, murdered, and no one even knew, not even the parents, which seems a little weird though. But yeah, so William didn't want anyone to see because he knew that he would probably go to jail or something. So what he did was he stuffed the body inside one of the animatronic suits, and that one happened to be Chica. Now you might be wondering, how does Susie possess or take over Chica? Well, see, William actually was working on something he was using something called revenants, which what you do is it was basically like you kill someone, I guess, and you take their soul and put it in the Freddy suit, so that way they look more lifelike. But William wanted to use it so he could kill more people, because I'm not sure if you guys know about William, but he's a very traumatized person, because before that his wife died, and also in the year 83, what's predicted to be the year 83, his son died. Now, we don't really know the son's name, but all we know is that we call him Crying Child. But yeah, so that's mainly what we know, and aside from the other kids, William just lured them in and then killed them, but there was something just different about Susie and the way how William lured her in. But yeah, so what some of you guys also won't know is the way he also lured them in was by putting on the spring Bonnie suit that, you all know that's also how he became Springtrap, where he put it on and he lured them in and killed them and stuffed their bodies in the animatronic suits, which, oh my gosh, I can't even talk about this. This just sounds weird. But yes, that's pretty much it. And then he went on killing more kids. Like, for instance, I guess there was something that happened with William and Henry, who Henry again is his co-worker, who also helped create the business with him. It was like they were in an argument or something about something, and well, William used his anger on his daughter named Charlotte, who you may know from the books, but to be honest with you, the books kind of just make everything more confusing. There's really no there's really no timeline that's connected to the games, but yeah, so Emily was another person who died who later became Puppet, but we'll save that for another video. Now that we've gotten most of the missing children's incident, because when you think of it, we really don't know much about it, now let's get into how Springtrap died, or why he died. Now, we pretty much all know that Springtrap was the father of three kids, Michael, Crying Child, and Elizabeth, who Elizabeth we all know later becomes Circus Baby, but also for another video. But little did these little innocent children, well, except for Michael, know that their father was a psychopath, but he did have a pretty traumatizing life when witnessing his child die and his wife die, but still. Anyway, so after a while, one day William was in the store, I guess. He was, they don't really tell you what he was doing, but I mean, he's kind of weird. He's kind of a weird man, so. And one day, when I guess the suits fell apart or something, all the souls were released from it, and they chased him. And soon after that, William found himself cornered in a room with nothing but old arcade games and a spring Bonnie suit from back when the first diner was still around before the whole bite of 83. But William had to act fast, so he put the spring Bonnie suit on, but however, he forgot about how when you put it on, you have to put it on in a certain way, where if you do, the spring locks will, I guess, yeah, you know, and well, if you could see by this image, this is basically what happened, and it doesn't look too pretty. But yeah, so he basically got what he deserved in the end. So I guess the missing children, I guess, did what they wanted to do, and William got stuck in another thing, and soon there was also a fire in, well, the place that he was in, because he couldn't really move, because, I mean, his whole body was basically chopped in pieces, and when there was the fire, he was basically almost cursed in that thing, but he didn't die, though, because remember when I mentioned that he was testing on the whole Revenant thing, and with the souls and stuff? He probably did something like that where he was able to stay alive, but he was sort of cursed inside like, the spring Bonnie suit, just like how Freddy, Bonnie, and all of them were cursed inside the animatronic suits, and the only way to get them out of it was by they said in the sixth one, I think it was, or something like that, where the temperatures have to get above a certain amount for them to escape. So yeah, I'm not gonna spoil anything else. Not spoil it, but I'll save all that other stuff for another video. I know I keep saying that, but there's a lot of like story and stuff like that that would make this video way too long, and I can't even explain it all. But yeah, so that's really what we know about the missing children's incident of 1980 unknown. Well, because we really don't know the exact year, but we do know what happened in June 26th of whatever year. Because there's also something in FNAF 1 that where like if you go back to a certain place, well, meaning like you'll find like these newspaper things that show. And I also have a book that's like a guidebook to FNAF. It shows the newspapers, and I actually read it. It was really interesting. Like it mentioned the whole spring Bonnie, like how William used it to lure them in, and also But yeah, so I thought it had some good information. All we know is it happened sometime in the 80s, on June 26th, but we don't know the exact year, so that's kind of where it gets kind of confusing because there's a whole timeline in FNAF, so I hope this was somehow useful for any of you FNAF fans. Honestly, I did the best I can explain it in because we still don't have much information. And even if I was even if I was to explain the entire everything I knew, it would probably take at least an hour because then I would have to explain something else. And that's really just how FNAF goes. There's a lot to explain, so that's where it gets confusing. But it's still a fun game, and let's just hope they also make a movie about this, or they make like more books that can at least explain it in a better way because we still really don't know anything. Bye. Stick around for some more Mystery FNAF episodes or whatever. I don't know, I might make this into a series.